Okay, part two here at the Wooden Match on unseasonably gorgeous Christmas Eve here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Interviewing Adam the Archangel Atiyeh. Part one, we covered a lot of psychological aspect of mixed martial arts. Part two, I want to get into something totally different. You see football, baseball, the major sports get a lot of credit for everything they do for the community and to help out various charitable organizations. But I also know, especially from seeing what you do, MMA is no different than that. Both the various organizations and the various fighters and their families actually do a lot to help out to pay it back, pay it forward in their communities also. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're totally right on, bro. Right on, Mr. Phoenix. You only get, there's a saying that I like to use, that they use in A and NA a lot. You only get to keep it if you give it away. Sharing's caring. It's like, we just talked about a few seconds ago, the vitality of life, the beauty of life, and how precious it is, and how these politicians and how other people that get money don't think their shit don't stink no more, how they get a fat wad in their pocket and all of a sudden it changes who they think they are, and now they forgot where they came from. Because they don't realize they could be that guy that just got AIDS. They could be that guy that just got hooked on drugs. They could have been that kid that's autistic. They could have been the kid that got aborted. But everyone wants to think it will never be them until one day it is. It's like you're only one mistake away. You're only one accident away. You're only one slip away from being that same dude that they were making fun of. Mm-hmm. And that's why for me, charity and stuff, it has to be a part of your life. Because it's like, when you're feeling down, what's one of the most beautiful things that can change your psychology usually is when you help somebody else out, when you laugh, when you do those type of things. Because we're social beings, we need each other. And when you nurture somebody else, you also pay it forward, as you just said, when you make the universe a little bit better. And karma has a weird way of finding you. You do good, you get good. And it might not be $1 million like you all might think. It might not be that sexy woman you're looking at over there, or the drugs.
Or the great job that you were.
It could be you not dying. It could be you not walking out on your front doorstep and getting shot. It could be your mom, getting her health back. And that's why, when you do good, you get good, like I said.
Yeah.
But it's a huge part, man. It's what it's all about.
Now, the reason why I brought this up is because, number one, a lot of people probably don't realize.
Blood, what do you think?
A lot of people probably don't realize, the amount of the amount of good and the amount of help outside of the ring that the fighters and the organizations do. But yesterday, over the holidays, I saw a photo of somebody sitting across from my camera dressed up like Santa Claus.
I don't know. Yeah, I did it. My girl actually did it as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get a little picture of her. She was Mrs. Claus. I was Mr. Claus. And then there's her buddy that's still being die hard. Look at him with the kids. Hey, kids, wave. You like the Grinch? Yo, you like the Grinch? Is he a good Grinch? Hey, kids, is he a good Grinch?
Hey, remember in the end?
Yeah, come on. Hey, there you go. But that's what we do. We like to make people smile. Oh, look at him, man. There you go.
So, but yeah, it's and what you did touch on, when I was walking around the area this year, this holiday season especially, I found out that even saying something like "Merry Christmas" to a person, all of a sudden they could be having the worst day, and saying something simple like that just bam automatically turns their day around.
Totally right on, bro. And that's what it's all about. We need each other, like I said. And you don't know, you saying that positive word, or you open that door up for the poor person behind you, or you paying for that guy's coffee, or you slipping this guy something, or you doing that could have just, like you said, made his day, but also saved his life. Because, people usually end their life because they feel like no one cares. They don't think what's the life we're living anymore. I got no reason to go on. No one cares about me.
Yeah.
What's the point of being here? So those little things you do, you never know, could change the course of somebody's life. Because that's what happened in my life, I can speak of. That's what happened in my girl's life. That's what probably happened in your life.
Mm-hmm.
My boys, we all need that person. Whether, you always need to have somebody there. And by doing that and being for that person, you can create a friendship for life, which is worth more than any gold or anything, any form of memory.
Yeah.
And that's why, doing those sorts of things, it does something for you. You know, even though you're doing something for somebody else, it's also helping you help yourself, because it helps you take the focus off yourself, because we're so self-centered instead of God-centered. We get caught up in our own shit that we don't see the light of day, and we get confused because we confuse the shit out of ourselves of what life is really about. Because like I said, all this is about is love, man. It's a simple program for complicated people. We complicate the fuck out of it, myself included, because we want to try to come up with this master concoction like drugs, this ultimate high, this ultimate orgasm, this, that. It don't exist, man. The best high you can have in life is love. And when you love your neighbor, it's even said, you know, you're doing it on the God. And I believe we're all made in God's image, you know, so that's another reason it's a beautiful thing for me.
Believe it or not, I agree with you, because speaking for myself, 2 years ago, when I was keeping this thing going, when I first hit the streets, the one thing that kept me from giving up was thinking that, completely giving up, I refuse to let down the people that believe in me. Like you said. And, what you said about, the ultimate rush, even people like myself that go for that ultimate adrenaline rush, when you come down from that, but you're right, love, kindness, you don't come down from that. And if you do, it's for such a short time that you don't even realize it.
Yeah, bro. And the reason, it helps you be okay underneath your own skin. Like talking about, there's no high, just like you said, like love and giving, just like we were talking about. Look, I can smoke the crack pipe.
You're good for 10 minutes.
Later, it's fucking gone. Just we just both did that same thing. I did it before. I can fuck all the fucking girls, whatever your twist is, man, girls, whatever, fucking goats, whatever your shit is. But it's gonna come to an end. The same with food. You can eat as much as you want, but you can keep patting yourself up. But it's because you can't live underneath your own skin. There is no ultimate high.
Yeah.
The only way to reach this ultimate high, get close to it, is by loving, by caring about your neighbor next to you, by doing rewarding things, like giving back. And that's why, Cherry, that's why people that are really smart, end up usually doing those type of things. And most guys, they don't even want to be known for it.
Yeah.
Thing. It's just, it's a part. We all need each other, and people lose the sense of that. We're social beings, and without the next person, we have nothing.
Yeah.
You can't survive. It's like a baby without a mother wouldn't be able to live. That's where it all starts. We need nurture. It's a human need. You need love. Those are the most important things in life. And at the end of the day, like we all know, you're not taking none of that cash, none of those people with you to the grave. You can cradle the grave as much as you want, but none of it matters, because those things will always change. Like the only thing that never changes is spiritual principles, good and bad. But love, honesty, God, they're the same today, same tomorrow, and the same forever. So why not invest yourself in those? Those are the real rewards in life, but that's why they're invisible. But people don't get that. But that's why when you give back, like we're talking about, it hits you in the heart. It hits you hard, and it puts things into perspective in reality. And you see life in a totally different manner. It helps keep you humble, like we talked about before, because you're one accident, one slip, one mistake away from being that person that you were just looking at like, what the heck? What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
I
mean, one of the many lessons I've learned in the past 7 years is the best thing we can hope to do in our life, the absolute best, is to do something in our lives that we'll be remembered for after we're gone. That is, whether it's having a kid, having kids and bringing them up right, whether it's, writing a book that makes a difference in someone's life, whether it's, dressing up as Santa and going around to different, having the kids, even at a local pizza place, popping up, having the kids.
Mrs. Claus loves Santa. She sits on his lap all the time. Just saying.
Hey, we were taught that since it's.
I'm keeping it G-rated. Where'd you guys' minds go? What's the matter with you guys? Come on, there's kids around here.
Okay, we're gonna wind this up because I want to leave room for follow-up in maybe another couple months.
All
okay, right. The one thing that never changes with the way I end an interview, no matter who you are, is advice to people who, I know there's a lot of youth programs for MMA out there. Guys who might think, oh, well, I'm real tough in a bar fight.
Oh, man,
I'm just saying, or people who think, oh, wow, I'm real tough. I can fight and everything. Advice for people who, it's going to actually be two-part, who are considering, even remotely thinking about getting into MMA. And also, just because every time you see see it on TV, you see a bunch of screaming fans. Like, from a fighter standpoint, anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Yeah, man. Don't be like those posers that Mikey's talking about, wearing the affliction shirts and taking steroids and going to a bar and starting fights. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, but still don't be that guy. A real fighter fights for meaningful things in life. But like we talked about before, it's a matter of becoming a spiritual warrior, being okay underneath your own skin, learning how to become the best version of yourself. And if you're interested in getting involved with MMA or being a part of it, that's what you have to realize. And you have to realize that the guys in MMA that are the best, the amount of work they come in, you just see the end product, but you don't see all the shit that, happened before, to get to that point. It's always the journey, and the journey of 1,000 miles, like you guys heard this cliche before, starts with one step. So that's what I want you guys to realize. You might see a guy get a belt, but you don't realize all the shit he went through to get there, the years and years of sacrifice, the years of pain, the years of
broken bones.
Bullshit. Yeah, the injuries, the psychology, living out of your car, all the different shit. And that's why, you see a guy to, just show him respect, man, like you guys been doing. That's all you can do, support.
So what about anything you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, man, I want to thank my boy Mikey Phoenix. You do a hell of a job, man. I like your style.
I appreciate your support, man.
What's this new? I like that freaking saying that you were just telling me about before, that it don't matter. You can't ever beat the streets.
Yeah, no one's ever above the streets.
Yeah, you're never above the streets. It's like, I like that saying. It's truth, man. Real knows real, and I love how God works, that energy together and meeting up with you. I wish you the best, man. I just want to thank you guys for your time. I hope you like this little segment. I look forward to doing some more crazy stuff, winning some more titles. Thank God. Doing Santa again and having Mrs. Claus sit on my lap. Not that way, calm down, but yeah, we're gonna keep going to the top.
I can't resist.
Look at all the birds. Yeah, there we go.
In all honesty, I'm looking forward to covering you in an actual MMA fight.
Yeah, maybe next time I'm gonna have him dressed as a leopard.
Thank you very much and to you and your girlfriend. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Christmas Eve for this interview.
Thank you, brother. I'll see you, man.
You got it.
You sure you don't want to?
Yeah, I'm good.